Hello, everyone. Today, I just want to share uh, something great with you. I hope you're doing great. I'm just coming from uh, a land that I came to view, which is just around this area, for a friend in New York. Actually, I'm in Nigeria, currently living a New Yorker, Nigerian, currently in Nigeria. So I've been in Nigeria for a little while now, go back and forth between New York and Nigeria. And I want to share something with us about traveling, relocations. Maybe you have a great plans, you're planning to travel abroad and things like that. It doesn't matter, maybe you're not just from Nigeria, anywhere in Africa for that matter, and you always wanted to travel abroad and this is your plan. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to travel. But one thing I'm going to say, when you're traveling, make sure you have a plan. As you're making a plan to go abroad, um, to look for a better life or green pasture, like some people always say. Always make sure you have that backup plan, to return home, you know. Because a lot of people they planning to travel or they really do want to relocate. That's the only thing that's on their mind. I'm relocating. I'm traveling abroad. Well, it's a great thing. It's a great thing to do. And but many people don't have that backup plan to come back home. That backup plan, all they're just thinking, all is on the mind is relocations. I'm relocating, I'm going, but I'm going abroad, things like that, and a good living. But majority of times we become, so caught up with that plans, and we do not have that return plans to return back to our country. It's important as you planning to Japa, for instance. Also have a plan to Japada to come when you come back. When you have those plans, it helps you when you will finally relocate. You're living abroad now. You have that plan to also to return back. When you start making money, it helps you to actually manage your finances better. You know what I mean? Because you go to abroad, oftentimes it's not what you expect. You go there, a lot of people have gone there, make some fortune. Some people are also stuck, and some people also want to come back home, but they don't have the means or the resources to actually come back home. You know, because majority of times some people didn't even have the plans to actually to return. You know what I mean? So it's good as you're traveling, you're going to abroad, also have a plan to return back to Africa, to return back to Nigeria. And when you have the plans, it helps you to actually plan ahead, to plan better, to manage your finances better, to invest in assets at home better. And one of the assets that you actually invest in when you're abroad, I always tell people, when I'm around, I see many African brothers, Nigerian people from other African countries, and I ask them, do you have the African plans? Africa is the future, and the future has already started. And it's good to have the plans because when you do, it helps you to be more focused. You know, to come back home and also take advantage of the great opportunities we have in Africa. You know, and one of the things you can actually do when you're abroad is to invest in land. Because oftentimes the mistakes we made, we like to come back home. Sometimes while we're there, we're trying to set up business, and then we appoint our family members, cousins, nephew. Oftentimes, this business is always fail. This method, the approach, does not work. It hasn't worked, and majority of time it does not work. We lose money. Some of the times we even borrow money to set up this business in Africa. Good ideas, but majority of time family members just ruin this business. And then you lose courage and you give up altogether. But I always like to advise people that method does not work. It doesn't work, and we should stop applying that method. And one of the ways to really succeed in Africa if you live abroad is to save up your money. When you're ready to build that hotel, come back home and do it yourself. When you're ready to build that clinic, come back home and do it yourself. When you're ready to go into agri-business, come back home and do it yourself. And one of the things you could actually do is to start investing in land. One of the easiest investment you can actually invest in back home in Africa, in Nigeria, is to buy land. It's easy to maintain because all you have to do is to buy the land, fence it, make sure you get the right documentations. Fence the land if it is just a perimeter fencing, like something like this fencing, as you can see over here. This is a perimeter fencing. You can do this on your land. All right? Just do a perimeter fencing on the land, and that's it. You don't have to cut any grass. You can begin to invest as much as land as possible. When you relocate back home, I tell you, you will start to cash out on that land in the next 5, 6 years. I'm just coming from somewhere now where I went to check out 5 hectares of land and another 2 hectares of land for a friend in New York City who is thinking to invest in land here in Nigeria. I came all the way from the other side and I'm just stopping by here because it's not far from here where I went to see the land. I'd like to advise you, this is where you should actually put your money in, is buy land. Land is a good asset to invest in because it's easy to manage. You don't have to do anything on the land. Just buy the land, fence the land, a parameter fencing, get the right paper, and make sure that land you buy is not in your father's name, it's not in your mother's name, it's not in your sister's name, and that land is not in anybody's name, but it's in your name. And if possible, when the land is going to be finalized, get on the plane and come in here to make sure everything's done properly. Buy the land and just leave it. Keep buying land. I tell you, the land you buy in Nigeria today, I tell you, in the next 5 years, you'll be surprised. You land you bought for 5 million, 3 million. You surprise that land, you make it 35% profit out of that land. And if you're in Nigeria, let me tell you, anywhere in Nigeria, you can really invest in land, you get good profit, high profit. Land is very profitable. It's the easiest way you can actually put your money on if you're living abroad. If you don't live back home here in Africa or in Nigeria. I just went to see a land for a friend who is looking to buy 5 hectares. Another one is looking to buy 2 hectare land here in Abuja, Nigeria. You see, I tell you, that's a good investment. That's a good place to put money. And land is a great asset. You can never get it wrong when it comes to land if you live abroad. And my warning to you is that never, if you're not ready to come back home and physically stay on the ground to get a project going back home, don't put your money in any project at home you're going to regret. Your people are going to mess up. Majority of time, 75% to 85% or 90% will say, this project always fails. It's always good for you to come back home and do it yourself. So one of the ways which you can actually invest your money back home, it is to put your money in lands. You can never go wrong. Properties, you can never go wrong. In the next couple of years, I tell you, you're going to make good money out of that land. You can actually retire back home, and when you come back, you don't do nothing at all. All you just do is start selling some of this land you bought for 2 million, 1 million, 3 million, 500,000. You realize the land you bought for a couple of just 4 million just 3, 4, 5 years ago, you're making about 10 million from it. There's a land I get up there in Lagos a couple of years I bought back. That land today, I bought it for, back then, it was 100 by 100, and I pay 500,000 for it. I can bet you that land today, right? That land today, I can tell you, friend, it's worth almost about 35 million naira. I'm telling you, a land that I bought 3 plots of land, 100 by 100, is worth about 35 million naira, just a couple of years down the line. So, friends, land is a good place to put money in Africa if you're living abroad. So, if you're traveling abroad or you're already in abroad, you must have a backup plan to return. It's very important because most of our people right now, they are stuck abroad. They want to come back home. There's nothing to come back to. They don't have nothing to even fall back to. Why? Because there's no investment back home. They were just putting all their investment, all their time, everything there in abroad. So, guys, we advise us, let us learn from each other's mistakes. Some of us, we've made that mistake before. And I'm telling you today, you don't have to make that mistake. So when you're traveling abroad, have a plan to return back to your country. Have a plan to return back to Nigeria. Always have that plan B, because majority of time, things may not go the way you want it. You don't want to get there and get stuck, right? So you want to progress, right? So that's why it's good to have that Japada plan. As you're ready to Japa, also have a Japada plan. Africa is the future, and the future has already begun. It is where you can actually make good money and also contribute to the development of the society. So as Africans, as we travel abroad, yes, we are traveling. As we go to traveling, let's make a plan to also come back and contribute to the development of our community, of our village, of the society, and of our country. Because it's only us who can build our country. It's only us who will build Africa. So friends, as you're planning to travel abroad, I encourage you, have that plan B. You know, don't only just Japa, also make a plan to return back home. Always have that plan. And one of the places you can actually invest your money in is property, is land. You can never go wrong. You know what I mean? You can never go wrong. I'm speaking for a personal experience. There are land that I bought 10 years ago, 5 years ago. Today I'm just cashing land for those lands. I don't have to do anything. And the good thing about if you have those plans when you come back home, you don't have to rush yourself. You can just stay down there. You sell one land, you make millions. And you're just relaxing. That's the way it's supposed to be after you work so hard abroad. You know how hard we work abroad. You know how hard we work to get that dollar, that euro, that pounds. You know how hard you work. You work as like a slave. So whenever you come back home, you want to enjoy yourself a little bit. And Africa is where the future is. By the time you're 40 something abroad, I mean, you're 45 years or 50, you should be thinking about retiring in Africa and come and enjoy yourself. You can't be hustling, struggling for the rest of your life trying to make money. No, you can come back to Africa here and really enjoy your life. You know what I mean? So this is very important. We can't continue to try to make money and yeah, you're never a millionaire. But here in Africa, you can actually get that comfort that you need. So friends, I'm speaking to you from personal experience. So as you plan to relocate abroad, also have a plan to actually return home. Have that plan, have that Japada plan to really come back, to relocate back home, to come back home. And one of the ways to do it is to also invest at home. Don't just jump on a plane and say, I'm done with that country. No. Now, you may go there, yeah, something good really happens. That's wonderful, right? Right? But we also know the reality abroad. A lot of people go there and they get stuck. They want to come back, but they cannot come back, right? It's not because they don't want to, because why? There's nothing to come back to back home, right? So, but if you have a plan, you go, you have plan to go and also have things doing good back home, because things going on back home for you here, then it's easier to return. Because when you come back, you have something to fall back to. If something suddenly happen, you know you have 2, 3 land back home, you can actually sell and make some good money. And then your life, you have some good front to actually get in going. And of course, you know that oftentimes when you're broke, nobody so hard to get up. Oftentimes when you fall, because majority of the time when you fall down, that's when you really know who is your friends. When you are broke, that's when you really know who are your friends. Majority of the time, if you don't plan properly, when you have run out of cash, you may never find nobody who's going to give you a cent. You know what I mean? Even people that you've helped, you've given money through the years. So friends, our advisors, especially if or you're planning to relocate abroad, also have a Japada plans to return back home. And I've just shared with you some of the places you can actually put your money in. And then these are areas where you can't go wrong. Invest in properties, invest in land. It's easier for you to maintain if you live abroad. So friends, like I said, um, it's one of really have great stability, financial stability. You know what I mean? And I'm saying it. You just come back when you come back to the continent of Africa. You come back to Kenya, come back to Nigeria, wherever you are, or wherever you come from in Africa, for instance. You have there's something on the ground you can actually fall back to. You know, so that is the essence of planning ahead or having relocation plans, not only just to relocate, also to also come back, but also to always visit home. There are many of you who live in abroad for years now, you never been home. I advise you to come because if you're in Nigeria living abroad, listen, man, forget about social media, okay? Forget about social media. Social media is not the facts, okay? Social media is not a reflection of what is going on in Nigeria. You have to come for yourself. If you follow social media, you're going to lose out on the great opportunity that is springing up in Nigeria, in Africa. That's why you need to be here on the ground by yourself. Come and see things for yourself. You know what I mean? I've been here for becoming now for 3 4 years, 3 years now. It's going to 3 years. This year is making it 3 years since I've been coming from New York. I'm here sometimes spend 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. They head back to New York, come back again. I'm actually spending more time here in Nigeria than abroad. I'm here. I can run my project by myself. If I have $10,000 in my hand, I do what I have to do. You know what I mean? The money goes far because I'm on the ground managing project by myself. This is what I advise you to do. Come here and begin to put your foot on the ground, begin to build gradually. You know what I mean? So you will never regret. You see, abroad sometimes can be very, a lot of things can happen. You can make money, you lose it. I know a lot of people right now who have been in America for 20 something years, 30, some even 30 years. Right now, they're depressed and homeless. Something happened. These are professionals, man. I'm talking about people who are ducks. You know what I mean? Something happened. Maybe to their family, there's a divorce. Everything's scattered. They've not been able to recover themselves. But then, if you have a plan, things be going on back home, easier for you to just come home. You know what I mean? Stay here a little while, and you recover. You bounce back quickly. But if you just been there, you just lay your egg in one basket. Now the basket is broken, all the eggs are gone. There's nothing for you anymore. You cannot lay your egg in one basket, right? Yeah, that's true. You can't do that. You know, you gotta make sure you have different things. Just all your investment. Don't just put it there in abroad. You keep giving your money away to the white man, the Europeans. No, come back here and begin to do something for yourself. If you never visited home for years, jump on the plane, get that ticket this summer. Make sure you come home. You will be surprised. You will be surprised, man. And I believe you enjoy yourself. Coming here too. Enjoy yourself for 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Okay? Something great is happening in Nigeria. Forget about social media, okay? If I were to follow social media, I would never come to Nigeria at all. Okay? When I got here, I was surprised to see, oh, a lot of things are happening. A lot of guys are breaking ground here. So I encourage you, don't be scared, okay? Don't let that create fear in you. Remember the people that are expecting you, asking you for money every day, they will tell you, oh, don't come. It's like when you just get out of the plane, somebody's going to jack you and kill you. Don't listen to them because they know the day you come here, you're going to see the way you're living. You will stop giving them that money. Realize they've been using you for years. Okay, they've been using you for years as ATM. So they don't want you to come because they know when you come and see things here for yourself, you are going to be what? You're going to be surprised. Your life is going to turn around. And then the people who are using you, you're going to cut them off. All this money you be giving anyhow, they be using it anyhow, you're going to stop. It's the reason why they are scaring you to tell you don't come. Just come suddenly. When you want to come, don't even tell anybody you're coming, okay? Just come. Surprise people. Let them hear, oh, where are you? I'm in Abuja right now. Oh, I'm in Lagos. I'm in Enugu right now. I'm in Edo right now. Oh, where are you? I just came 2 days ago. Okay. Wow. Are you joking? No, I'm not joking. I'm here. I'm in town. Surprise them, okay? Don't let them know your plans or you're coming. Just keep it secret to yourself. Once you come in here, do what you have to do. You already make plans of what you want to do when you're home, okay? Come in here, go around, see things, enjoy yourself a little bit. Before they know it, you're gone. Some of your old friends, like, you may not have to see everybody. You don't have to expose yourself when you come home. The reason why a lot of people sometimes come home, they get into trouble, they overexpose themselves. When you come home, don't do that. You can't come home, for instance, now you start spraying pounds and dollars. One pound to one dollar, right? You are attracting unnecessary attraction, negative attraction to yourself. Some people may see you and they jack you, man. Don't do that. Just lie low, enjoy yourself a little bit. If people know you are out of town, some friends say, oh, I heard you in Nigeria. I said, yes, I was there. So, well, but we didn't see. Oh, sorry, guys, I couldn't see you because I was so busy. I only came for 3 weeks, and I came for 3 weeks. No, well, so many things to do, right? You've come, you do what you have to do, and you leave. Maybe next time when you come, you see them, right? When you come around, don't overexpose yourself. It's not good security-wise. You know what I mean? So, friends, if you've never been home for years, I encourage you to come. And if you're planning to travel, you're young, it's a good thing to see the world, okay? But don't give up on your country. Don't give up on your community. There's a lot of good things that's happening back home in Africa, here in Nigeria. The future is in Africa. And I encourage you, if you're a black man or you live in abroad, for instance, you are a diasporan, born, raised in diaspora, you need to come back home. If your parents are discouraging you to come, just come. There's a lot of opportunities for you here in Africa. That skills that you have over there that has not been appreciated, if you come home here in Africa, it'll be highly, highly appreciated. And I can tell you can do a lot with that. There's a lot of opportunity here. This is Africa. Nigeria is the only country you can be as a black man. You live freely. Okay, if you don't look for trouble here, trouble will not really look for you. I've been here, becoming here 3 years now. This year is making 3 years, right? I've never get into trouble. Anyway, I've traveled a lot. Sometimes just drive from central Nigeria to the south. Drive and go and come back. Okay? And I've never had any serious incident on the way. Nothing more apart from a couple of few police roadblocks here and there. I just give them my papers and let me go, basically, all right? So, friends, if you're living abroad, born abroad, you've never been to Nigeria before, I encourage you to come. Just come for a visit. If you're still there right now in this summer, I think, where am I going to go? If you come to Nigeria, come to let's enjoy yourself a little bit and just see the place. You know what I mean? Come and see for yourself. Never believe what people are saying. You need to experience certain things for yourself. You never judge a man or a woman you never live with, but by hearsay what people are saying about that person. You need to live with the person. You need to be able to see the person face to face, have a talk. You can really conclude. So there's a lot happening in Africa. There's a lot of Western propaganda against Nigeria. Because Nigeria it has a potential, a great potential, right, to really transform Africa. You know what I mean? So we see the Western propaganda also. And that's why I encourage Nigerians. There's a lot of things that's not good too good in the country, right? But let's be careful to not allow the Western media to influence us, all right? To de-invest the country. It's not good for us, not good for ourselves, not good for the nation. So, friends, wherever you are, I encourage you to visit Nigeria, to visit any other country for you've never been before anyway. There's a lot happening here. And if you decide to travel abroad, it's a good thing. And I encourage you to have a plan to also not only just to travel out, but also to also come back and have that second plan. Personally, I had that plan. I've traveled outside of the country for almost 29 years, almost 3 decades. You know what I mean? One day I took my back from New York City. I decided to come, right? I planned I planned it. So when you were there, when you have this plan of returning or things, and then you start to bring things like gradually. You know, if you have money here, so even before you even come, say, build your house in Nigeria, have a house. Because in Nigeria, for instance, when you have a house in Nigeria, you come back home, I can tell you 75% of your problem is solved. It is solved. You don't have to pay rent. You just come from the airport straight to your house. It's one of the most amazing experiences you can ever have. You cut your spending a whole lot, about 75%. All you have to do is just to eat. You know what I mean? So, friends, even if you don't have a house in Nigeria, that's what I'm going to show you right now. You need to buy land and build your home. So don't say, I'm never going to live there, to hell with that country. That is just childishness. Because number one, if you're a family man, you're a woman, you have children, your children will enjoy that property. Tomorrow, one of your child or grandchildren will decide to come back to Nigeria, right? And then they have a home to stay. They don't have to think about where they're going to put their hair before they start. But when you have your home here, there's a lot of great advantage. When you don't have a home, you want to relocate back home, the disadvantage is wide. It's wide because looking around, that stress of looking for a place to stay, it's not easy, man. You have to just get rid of that stress. Build a house at home if you don't have a house in Nigeria. Make sure you build it. It's important. Once you do that, it takes a lot of stress off you when you plan to relocate back home. It helps a lot. It helps a lot. It's going to help you. It's going to help your family. You may think, I don't want to leave here. I'm not coming back here. I don't really care. Do it for your children, for your children's children. You may not even know what you're doing. One day you're going to see the usefulness of that. Many Nigerians today who've come back home, they actually come back home. They don't have to look for a place to stay. They have family homes. Some of these homes are built by grandfathers. Some of the land they are exploiting today is built by their grandfather. Some of the land they are even using for agriculture today, commercial agriculture, it was actually bought by their father. Their father never even exploited now. Some of them by their grandfathers. The people with foresight. These guys, they come home, they see this opportunity, they took their suitcase, leave London, leave America, and they come back to Africa, they left Europe, and they begin to exploit their family land. They have a place to start from because of that. The family has land, but they have them. It was easier for them to come back home. It was easier for them to come and start, to get things started on the ground. So friends, some of these things we do, we invest not just now, also for the future. So friends, I've spoken a lot today about relocation, also having the plans to come back or some of the things you can do. So if you were watching live, probably just come online and see this video. I'm actually talking to you all the way from Abuja, Nigeria. I'm a New Yorker who's been in Nigeria for almost 3 years now. I go back and forth. It's been quite an amazing experience for me. So I'm sharing some of my experiences with you guys. And please like and subscribe to this channel. I just do random videos on this channel, guys. And I also have a farm here. the pilot farm that I run because I'm a conservative agriculturalist, and an expert in conservation, agricultural conservation. And if you need some information, things write to me, and then of course we get back to you. So wherever you are, I wish you the best. May all your dreams come true. Stay hopeful, and keep continuing to work hard. And remember, integrity is very good. It's good to have integrity in life because when you have integrity, it's easier to build structure. Because when you remember you have no structure, you cannot develop at all. You cannot develop, your life will be stagnant. But when you have structure, it's easier to develop because structure, for you to build structure, you have to be a man or woman of integrity. When you have integrity, it's easier to build structure. You can follow nature. When you follow nature, things happen. Great things happen in your life. If you look at some of these men, Dangote and Co, all these guys you hear who've been able to do great things in their life, it's because they have integrity. When you have integrity, it's easier to live a life of prosperity. It's easier to build a life of prosperity than wealth. It's also easier to build a life of good legacy. So, friends, let nobody fool you. There is no shortcut to success. All right? But when you do the right thing, you will be successful. And for you to do the right thing in life, I encourage us to embrace integrity. Once you have integrity, it's easier to build structure. When you have structure, you are organized. When you are organized, things happen. Things just happen in your life. Until next time, I'm WP Bridge. Please like and subscribe.